How's it going, everyone? We've got a ton of PS4, PS5 game updates to go over in this video. A pretty notable free-to-play title could be headed its way over to console. Pretty big free game here, one of the more popular ones on PC, done by everyone's favorite developers over at Riot. That is a little bit of sarcasm, but nonetheless, we'll talk all about that. We got a bit of an update on Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion ahead of its launch on December the 13th. That is approaching very, very quickly, and The Witcher Remake gets a bit of an update, and a pretty good one at that, if I say so myself. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, based on new Riot job ad listings, Valorant console ports are seeming very, very likely. They are particularly, Riot that is, has posted a new job ad specifically for a console version of Valorant, including a senior game designer and design manager. The successful candidates will help develop a vision for combat in Valorant on consoles and design and refine features, modes, and systems to help bring console products to the market. That being Valorant and some of their other titles, Riot has been expanding and bringing titles to consoles and doing games outside of League of Legends that are within that League of Legends IP. Ruined King League of Legends story, of course, came out, and then they've got a couple of other titles in development. Echo has a game in development that looks really, really good. I can't wait for that one coming out, but that's still in development, and Valorant totally different. It is a first-person shooter that is a little bit like Counter-Strike, a little bit like Overwatch in terms of having different heroes and then having different abilities. I played quite a bit of it. Not gonna lie, I couldn't really get into it. Like, all my boys were playing it for a while, so I was like, yo, let me just try it out. And I had some fun with it, don't get me wrong, but yeah, that style of gameplay is just not my cup of tea, and I was getting absolutely obliterated. But Valorant is pretty popular. I've been keeping up with it more so recently, but it is currently in the midst of its 5th episode entitled Dimension, which adds the new Agent Harbor and Map Pearl, and there's some information about that. Obviously, the game is available on PC. If you do have a PC, even a lower-end PC, Valorant is not a difficult game at all to run, so you can check it out there. It will be interesting to see the transition it makes to consoles. You cannot... At least I don't think cross-platform play for a game like Valorant would be that good of an idea because, yeah, people with keyboard and mouse would be absolutely mollywopping people on consoles. But you could do a thing where, you know, a lot of games have input method only cross-platform play, so that's always an option. But nonetheless, another free-to-play game, a pretty notable one coming over to consoles, and Riot continuing to expand into consoles is definitely something interesting to monitor. With Riot, the games outside of their free-to-play offerings, that is being handled by Riot Forge, so they're working with studios like Airship Syndicate and whatnot to bring you guys games like Ruined King and whatnot. So that's a little bit different, but them expanding into consoles seems to be a part of their MO going forward, so that'll be something to monitor for the next couple of years, in all honesty. And again, Ruined King was a game that I really enjoyed, so you know, if nothing else, you can go check out that game. If free-to-play offerings aren't your cup of tea, Ruined King goes on sale for like 15 bucks, so not a bad deal at all. Okay, next up, speaking of RPGs, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion has gotten a launch trailer and brand new gameplay. A bunch of outlets have published direct feed gameplay footage showcasing how the game looks like. Man, I am getting more and more excited for this release now that it's 2 weeks away, just about 2 weeks away. It's out on December the 13th, and it looks really good. As far as a game being remastered, we've seen a variety of different remasters, definitive versions. I've seen the Burnout Paradises of the world, the Mafia 2s of the world. You know, Far Cry 3 had a classic edition that I wouldn't even call a remaster. This one lies a little bit ahead of a lot of other remasters. Bear in mind that this was initially a PlayStation Portable game, so bringing the PSP game straight to consoles, that wasn't really gonna fly, and that was a game from 2008, so you're talking a long, long time ago. Actually, fall of 2007 in Japan. I just remember 2008 because that was the North American release. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is the high-definition remaster of the smash hit prequel to Final Fantasy VII. In addition to all graphics being remastered in HD, fully voiced dialogue and new soundtrack arrangements make for a dynamic new retelling of a beloved classic. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion follows the story of Zack Fair, a young warrior admired by the boy destined to save the world, trusted by men renowned as heroes of legend, and loved by the girl who holds the fate of the planet in her hands. The tale of Zack's dreams and honor, the legacy that connects him to Cloud, is revealed full in the grand saga that has broken the limits of a high-definition remaster. Key features note: all graphics fully remastered in high def, bringing the game to the latest console generation. Renewed 3D models, improved battle system, providing a vastly smoother gameplay experience. Fully voiced dialogue in both English and Japanese. Awesome there. A newly arranged soundtrack from the original composer, Takahiro Ishimoto. The game will be out on PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. We have a variety of different performances running on each game. PS5, it's 4K 60, Xbox Series 4K 60, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch all have their own settings. I'm just really familiar with PS5 and Xbox Series performance, and obviously on PC it's going to vary from machine to machine, but super excited for this. Zack is one of the beloved characters in all of Final Fantasy, and really, when you talk about just pure good guys in video games, Zack is like one of the purest good guys in a video game. Just a really, really likable character. That, yeah, he's a little bit cheesy at times, but honestly, that makes him even more lovable. I can't wait to revisit Crisis Core. It's just a game I absolutely adored, and I know that a lot of you guys are super excited for it, and, you know, it's a game that gets pretty emotional, man. Like, yeah, I remember when I initially played it. I was a wee lad back then, but yeah, definitely some waterworks attached to that game. But lastly, I do want to note The Witcher Remake has been confirmed that it will be an open world title. This is a full-on remake of the original Witcher, and during its third quarter financial results, CD Projekt Red noted that the remake will be a story-driven single-player open-world RPG, which I think is great. I think most people's exposure to The Witcher was through The Witcher 3, and if you go back and play The Witcher 1, it's a game that when it came out, I remember a lot of people liked it. I didn't play it until a few years after its initial release, and I liked it, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, even when I played it initially, I want to say 2012, 2011, somewhere around there, I could even notice, okay, this is a game that's a little bit dated, and then Witcher 2 is the game that really hooked me into The Witcher, and I liked Witcher 1, don't get me wrong, and a lot of people loved The Witcher 1, but I think for a new audience to get, you know, engage with it, going open world, doing a full-on remake, not just a remaster, that is the best case scenario. I think with The Witcher 2, you could easily do a remastered port of that on PS5, Xbox Series, whatever. Witcher 1, I think a full-on remake is gonna do it a lot of good, and Witcher 2 getting a full-on remake would be pretty cool as well. But Witcher 1 was not the full-blown open world game that you guys might see Witcher 3 as. Witcher 3 is a colossal open world to explore. Witcher 1 was not that, but it will be going that route. I don't know if it's gonna be going the size of Witcher 3. That might be a little bit much, but I do think it's going to be a bigger open world RPG than, you know, a lot of other games. So we'll see how that one turns out, but very excited for that. The only issue is probably not going to play it until 2024 to 2026, so it's going to be a long time away, but nonetheless, still excited for that. It will be running on Unreal Engine 5 as well. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts on the potential of Valorant on consoles. Would it be something you check out? Have you played it on PC? Did you like it on PC? Let me know. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion gets its launch trailer and brand new gameplay, and The Witcher Remake has been confirmed to be an open world title. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.